What is up, my friends? Kyle Smith, Arizona drummer here, and I'm so excited for today's video because we are going to take a deep dive into the Audix D6X. This microphone is so sick. In fact, I have two of them on the kit. One I have inside the kick drum, and the other one I have outside the kick drum, and I'm using them with different switch levels. And what I mean by that is on the microphone itself, the one has a longer stem, and on there are three switches. On the very bottom, you have what's called the deep switch, and that's going to be like your high impact, pre-EQ'd, really just kind of intense, punchy sound. Then you have this middle switch here, which is going to be your more balanced sound, a little less EQ, still that punch, still a little bit of the D6 you know, but just a little softer. Then up top, you're going to have a natural selection here, which is going to have literally almost no pre-EQ on it, a little bit, but very, very little. And what's great about that is it's going to completely change the sound of the kick drum. What I love about this is you can get three different kick drum sounds from one microphone, but don't just take my word for it. We're going to put that to the test in today's video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to record my kick drum, and what you're going to hear is each of those selections. First, we'll do the bottom switch, which is the deep setting, and we'll hear that raw, just the inside mic on the inside of the kick drum. Then we'll hear it mixed with just some light EQ and compression to bring out some of those natural tones of the microphone, as well as some of that impact that you can get. And then we'll actually hear it in a beat. First raw with no mix, and then of course mixed with the whole kit. Then we'll go to the middle switch, which is the balanced setting. And then what we'll do is we'll go in and do the very top switch, which is the natural. But before we get into the sound comparison, please make sure hit the links down below to pick up one of these microphones for yourself. I will have affiliate links down below that are there for your convenience. Easy to pick up, doesn't cost you an extra $1, but it does, of course, provide a little bit of commission back to me on the channel, but also it indicates and sends a message to my partners that Arizona Drummer is the channel to go for all things gear. So please make sure to pick up the D6X using my links below. Now, before we jump in, I do recommend putting on some headphones. Although you'll be able to hear the differences on your phone, on your computer, on your TV, however you're watching this, with headphones you can really hear that tonal shift as we go from the bottom to the middle to the top switches, and how you can use one microphone to get three different kick drum sounds, and why the Audix D6 is a no-brainer for anybody in the studio and live. But with that, my friends, let's go ahead and get behind the kit and we'll see what this thing sounds like. All right, guys, so now we are behind the drum set, and we are gonna go ahead and hear the kick. Right now, again, we're on the D6 kind of high impact pre-EQ sound, and we're gonna hear it with raw first, then we'll hear it mixed. We'll hear it raw in a beat, and then we'll hear it mixed all together. So let's go ahead and hear that. Now let's go ahead and hear it mixed. Now we're going to hear it raw in a beat, and we'll do it a little bit of single bass, and then we'll do some double bass as well, just to hear it raw with that setting. Here we go. Now we're going to hear that again, but mixed. Alright guys, so now we are in the middle position. On the kick drum, we're going to do the exact same thing, so let's check that out. Again, first we're going to hear it raw. And now mixed. And now we're going to hear it in that beat that we played earlier. And now let's hear it mixed with that same beat. Alright guys, so now we have it on the most linear patterns. This is going to be the least pre-EQ'd version of the D6X. Again, showing those 3 different sounds. So, let's hear that guy raw. Here we go. Now let's hear it mixed. And now let's hear it in that beat. Awesome. Now let's hear it mixed. Alright guys, and there you have it. So we got to hear the Audix D6X microphone in the 3 different positions. This microphone uses Audix proprietary dynamic VLM capsule, or very low mass capsule. This technology is combined of course with the robust metal outer coating and grid pattern, which leads to a transformless low impedance and interference-free performance. That's what gives the Audix D6X its consistency, its durability, and its reliability in a studio and live setting. Now, I know that you heard it in the mix that we just listened to, but again, you guys, by using that bottom switch, we get the full sonic impact of the legendary D6. Again, that high EQ, high impact, big punch cut through the mix sound. Now, if you want something a little bit more balanced, again, that middle position being the balanced position, that's gonna give you a little bit less of that punch. It's a little bit of a more refined or pulled back version of that D6 sound. Still has that sonic quality that we all know and love, but it brings in some more of the mids and upper mids to really kind of blend and fill out the overall tone of the kick drum, capturing some more of the actual sound of the drum, a little bit less of the impact that you're going to get from that D6 deep quality, and I think it lends itself to more kick drum sounds. It gives you a little bit more flexibility in the mix if you want a little bit of a softer sound for hip hop or country or pop, or you want the big punch for rock or metal or things like that. Then of course the top position is the natural sound profile, which brings in even more of the mid-range, but also impacts the high-end roll-off to provide the least amount of pre-EQ to the kick drum and gives you a lot of tonal versatility to go in and really kind of manipulate the kick to sound how you want it to sound. It's not going to have the same sonic punch and impact you're going to get from the low and middle positions. You can still get that with EQ, of course, but it's really going to be designed more for giving you a little bit more of a linear sound, a little bit more room to shape what you want your kick drum to sound like. And in addition, by kind of taking out some of that sonic punch, it really lends itself to being used for other instruments. Maybe guitar cabs, bass cabs, other instruments can really benefit from having this D6X at that natural position at the very top. But my friends, that is going to close up today's video. I hope you enjoyed checking out the D6X with me. This microphone is a true game changer, and as an Audix artist, I am so proud to represent this level of innovation in the industry, but also this level of versatility that they're bringing to the market with these different sound profiles in the same microphone. In fact, right now on the inside of my kick, I have it at that D6 high punch sound. On the kick out mic, I also have a D6X, and it's at that balanced sound. So I'm still getting some of the punch, but a little bit more of, again, those mids that I can then balance around to get some more of the boom on the outside and a little bit more of the impact on the inside. So again, all kinds of really great ways you can use this microphone and all of Audix microphones to build your sound. But with that, my friends, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please make sure to hit the like button down below, leave a comment, and let me know which of the different sound profiles you liked the best, whether it's the deep, the balanced, or the natural. And of course, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It helps grow the channel, helps get these videos out in the algorithm, and of course, helps me make more and more content like this for each and every one of you. But again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see all of you in the next one. Yeah!